ado, let's dive into the second plenary session for this afternoon entitled Innovations, Challenges, and Opportunities. This session discusses the latest innovations in literacy program and education, current and emerging challenges in promoting literacy and opportunities for advancing literacy.
We have three resource speakers for this session, one from a local government unit, one from the education sector, and one from a local football club. So we have a diverse set of distinguished resource speakers as we believe that cultivating literate and peaceful communities is a shared work and everybody's responsibility.
If you have any concerns or queries about the presentations, please take note of them first, and we will have time for the open forum after they have finished their discussions. To facilitate the session, may we call in Ms. Maria Cristina Gonzalez, member of the LCC Technical Working Group and one of the members of the Board of Evaluators. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Ms. Gonzalez.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon, everyone. Sports provide the much-needed balance every learner need in their academics alongside physical wellness. It brings out the child in every one of us, from simple games to the time we so desire to go pro and become sports and health enthusiasts and advocates. Our speaker is a professional and licensed football coach who trained players to enjoy, learn, and develop the footballer skills that won a UAAP title. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sorrito A. Judal Jr., or JR is called, is our speaker from the Leyte Association of Organized Sports for Football Club. Mr. Judal.
Mayo na hapon po sa Yutaran. Sir, same from Masbate ako. Okay. Mayo na hapon po sa tanan. Unang-una, nagpapasalamat po kami sa Literacy Coordinating Council for inviting us, our football club. Actually, just a short background of our club. So, can you please balik lang po doon isang konti. Okay. So, actually, pag sinabing Laos sa Bisaya, ano yung ibig sabihin? Parang luma na, ano na. Okay. So, yan yung Laos. Okay. Pero, in short talaga, the reason why Laos siya kasi because of Leyte Association of Organized Sports. And then, next slide please. When you go to our club history, Laos is that they are young professional from Leyte who work in Metro Manila as to pursue their career. So every time after their work, they just gather in the Quezon City ground to play football. So yun yung parang naging ano nila. So kaya parang connected siya sa Laos kasi nga mga tapos na sila sa ano. Pero the true abbreviation of Laos is Leyte Association or Organized Sports. Okay, next please. So that is the founder of our club. So most of them lawyers from Leyte, Tacloban. Okay, next please. So, as discussed, maybe I can share muna before the pandemic. So our club is involved siya sa professional football league before. So kasali siya sa highest tournament ng dito sa Pilipinas. Okay? So next please. So we have a simple structure. So from the president down to the vice, and then we have this grassroots program which is ito yung pinaka main focus namin ngayong taon. Okay, then the Laos Youth Football Training Center, and then trivia lang po, kanina nag-talk si Vice Mayor Lori. Halos most of the players namin came from Valenzuela. Mga scholars namin sila. Okay? Then the first team, that is yung before the pandemic, but ngayon, muna kami kasi nga mag-focus kami sa grassroots program. Next, please. So just our board of directors. Okay, so Sir Robin Andrew Feliciano, former city councilor of Valenzuela, is part also of our directors. Jesus Duque, the legal counsel of also Valenzuela. Next, please. So this is our club activities. So every time tuwing pasukan, we train young kids every Saturday and Sunday. So hindi namin sila pinapakialaman during the school days, and then after that, pag Saturday and Sunday, pumupunta sila sa club namin to train football. Okay po, so lumabas po muna kami sa classroom ng ano natin. Okay, next please. So what is Philippine Youth Football League? This is the major tournament na sinasalihan ng football club namin. So it happens every summer, every end of the school year. So we train every Saturday and Sunday. Then pagdating ng summer, ginagather namin sila to parang culmination na kung paano nila i-execute yung mga natutunan nila during trainings. Next, please. And then, yan. Ito yung pinaka-main namin sa Laos. With the help of the city of Valenzuela, actually connected din siya dun sa Education 360. So, we started way back 2017. Okay, so yan yung street soccer program namin. So, paano namin siya ginagawa? So, for example, we have 4 division in Valenzuela. Tama po ba ako, sir? The East, Central, North, and then that's it. Just a trivia din po, street soccer program in Valenzuela is the biggest grassroots program in football. So every summer we cater 5,000 kids. So it's from grade 2 and then incoming grade 2 and then incoming grade 5. So kung kanina may reading sila, yung the rest ando naman sa football. So involved lahat, yung na-discuss kanina ni Vice Mayor Lori. Involved lahat, parents, teacher, kung paano yung mga incentives nila, ganun po. Okay, next. So, after that, since may program din kami sa QC, so yung mga players namin from Valenzuela, then players from Quezon City, they will now meet in the Community Shield. So, pinag-ano po namin sila kung ano yung mga, same thing, kung ano yung mga natutunan nila dun sa trainings. Dito po sa trainings, it's the teacher who train the kids. Sila yung nagtitrain sa mga bata. And then we just observe and then we just support lang kung ano yung kulang na pwedeng ibigay. Okay? Next po. Then, one of the project namin dito sa street soccer, every time sa 4 districts of Valenzuela, we select 20 players from different district ng Valenzuela. And then, dinadala namin sila sa China to play the Gotia Cup. balik po muna. So, yan. Yung Gotia Cup po, first time namin sumali dyan ng 2018, then 19. Then nahinto siya ng pandemic. So, yun po yung naging ano niyan. Bali ngayong darating na taon by January, we will start again the program in Valenzuela. Okay, next. And recently, last August, we joined also the Norway Cup. And nagdala po kami doon ng 3 teams from boys 16, boys 19, and then the girls 16. So yung nakaano po dyan sa amin is yung girls 16. Nakapasok sila sa, I think, plate finals. Then natalo lang ng isang Norwegian club. Okay, so that is the, okay, yan, yung sa City Hall ng Oslo, and then the Embassy of Norway to the Philippines. Okay, and next please. So not just football, we also do the social responsibility program. So yung maalala nyo yung first na parang pinaka-disastrous ng Taal noong 2020. So nag-ano rin kami ng donation drive doon. So yung ngayon, yung nangyari sa Canlaon. Malayo lang po kami kaya hindi kami nakapunta. Next po. Next po. Next. Next po. Yan. And one also, the partner ng Laos is the Senergia. Senergia Foundation. So, sila po yung may mga program from Mindanao. So, different projects. Now, they tap us to teach also kids in different area in pinakaano po namin is the Lanao Sur and then the Maguindanao mga school doon. Doon po kami nagtitrain ng football. Next. So, yan, different school from this is the first time we do in Marawi City, I think. This one. Okay. Next, please. Then, during pandemic, we don't stop teaching football for the kids. So, nag-adapt kami paano namin maano yung mga bata. So, we do online session. So, by Zoom. Yan, kami yung nagde-demo, pinapakita namin paano gawin. So para lang hindi matigil, hindi yung pandemic, hindi naging hindrance sa amin to teach football sa mga kids na nasa bahay po. Next, please. And then, for us, hindi lang po kami basta nagko-coach. We also do, sumasali din po kami sa mga coaching education program. So the reason why kailangan namin yon kasi same as a teacher, the more na parang, di ba po may rank yung sa teacher, same din po sa coach namin. We start with parang sa pinaka-entry level is that parang 1 week training, that is the parang Philippine Youth training course. Then after that, we do the C, and then B, and then A. And then the highest license you can get as a coach is the Pro Diploma. Yan na yung pinaka-last. Okay? So, from pandemic, siguro yung number of coaches namin is, I think, 9 or 10. So, right now, that is the Laos coaches with the Norway ambassador to the Philippines. So, ganyan na po kami karami ngayon na coaches sa Laos. Okay? So, yan yung mga live, namin. What ibig sabihin ng live? It's a Laos FC Youth Football. Okay, yung age group namin sa football club starts from 4 years old up to 6. Then the U7, U9, 11, 13, then 15, 17, and then the U19. So nag-i-start kami talaga sa maliliit na bata. And then the women's team ng football. Okay, next please. So this is the facilities we train. So we have 3 facilities. We have the in Circulo Verde, University of Makati, and one in Valenzuela, in Setero National High School. So I think very lucky we have the artificial pitch in one in public school in Valenzuela. Next, please. And then this is our partners. Our main partner is the Robinson Land po. Yan yung mga partners namin. Okay, next please. Then, thank you. So next presentation, sir. Okay, so that is the background of our club. Then, since kanina na topic ko, our main focus for this year is we develop dun po kami sa grassroots level. Okay, so why grassroots level? As a club, as a group, we talk, paano natin mapapatibay yung pundasyon ng isang team kung dito na agad tayo sa taas maghahanap ng players. Dito tayo magtuturo. So since kanina nakikinig ako, same as mga natin, we also start with a little one. Doon kami nag-focus ngayon sa grassroots level. Next, please. So, why sports again? So, just saying from Nelson Mandela, sports have the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire, the power to unite people in a way that little does speaks youth language they understand. Sports can create hope where there was once only. It's more powerful than governments in breaking down racial barriers. It laughs in the face of all types of discrimination. Sport is the game of lovers. Next, please. So, why sports again? So, it's our club help all ages maintain high level of overall health and well-being. Okay? So, effective tools in developing positive human character, ensuring growth, and contribute wholesome physical growth and includes affirmative human values such as teamwork, fairness, and sportsmanship. So this is ideal to shape a person's ability to build positive interpersonal relationship. Okay. Next, please. So again, we put this one because in football, the highest level that we reach in global tournament is the FIFA Women's World Cup. So last World Cup, yung mga ladies natin, sila yung yan po, yung Malditas. Sila yung naglaro sa New Zealand. Yan yung pinaka-highest level ng competition ng football sa what's called the Women's World Cup. So that's it. So just give you the background for football in the Philippines. It's become growing faster. So growing pa lang siya, hindi siya katulad ng basketball. Okay? So kaya minsan pag pumupunta kami sa mga lugar, especially sa mga public schools, sabi yung iba, paano po ba laruin yung football? Kasi in Metro, yung halos mga naglalaro lang ng football is from private school. Diba? For FEU, Ateneo, De La Salle. So, yung iba walang knowledge about, maliban po dito sa Cebu, sa Visayas region. Visayas is a hotbed also ng football. Okay, next please. So that is our kids from the center. Next, please. So what is the main goal ng ng program? For us, hindi sa amin yung competitive level ng mga bata. Yung gusto lang namin ma-ensure na yung bata is nag-enjoy at nandun sa safe environment. Okay? So, when we go to Norway last August, we decide na nag-observe kami sa game ng mga bata. So, hindi sila ganun ka na may nagcha-champion na team, may mga first runner-up. Ang ginagawa nila doon is lahat pinapalaro lang nila. Walang champion, lahat may medal. Ang nakikita lang namin is doon is nag-i-enjoy yung mga bata habang naglalaro. So we decided, ba't di natin gayahin yung concept na ganun? Kasi di ba dito sa atin sa Philippine concept, parang kahit maliit pa lang parang yung bata nape-pressure na siya. So nawawala na yung, parang hindi na siya naging masaya kasi yung nasusunod na yung mama, papa, o na, oh, takbo ka doon, dito ka. So kami ngayon, yung pinaka namin is, let them play, let them have fun, to learn. Yun lang po yung ano namin. So, also, our club is a family-centered activity. Why? So, after ng buong week na yung bata is, di ba, nasa school, yung parent is nagtatrabaho. So, pag weekend, that's the time minsan doon sila nagsasama-sama. We train only for 2 hours. Saturday and Sunday. So, andun sila, parang andun na sila, nagpipiknik. So, it's a family-centered activity yung ano namin, yung trainings. Nag-i-enjoy yung bata, at the same time, andun yung magulang. Next, please. And then, sabihin man po natin, yung bata, hindi man siya gumaling pag lumaki. At least, maging mabuting isang tao siya, 'di ba? Kaya yun yung isang ano pa rin namin is yung positive character development. Okay? Marunong siyang makisama, marunong siyang paano ba? Mag-unawa sa ibang kalaro niya. Kaya yun yung isang purpose din ng Laos. Next, please. And then as engage sa sport, siyempre kasama talaga yung ano niyan, physical growth. Okay? So, involved talaga siya lagi. Next, please. Now, so itong grassroots program namin, we will connect it to the street soccer. So, it's different from the regular football na played 11-11. So, kahit saan, pwede siyang laruin. We started also in Valenzuela, we played in basketball court. So, hindi siya naging problema sa area. Kasi di ba pag sinabing football, kailangan open field, malaki. So, yun yung parang naiging ano natin. As our club, we developed this street soccer. It's just like in Brazil. Parang yung mga bata doon lang sila naglalaro sa streets. Pero look at Brazil right now. Ilang World Cup yung napanalunan nila sa football. But they started playing sa street. Okay? So that is our mission. Okay, next, please. Then the objective of the street soccer program. Next, please. And then we have this program development phase. So ito yung flow kung paano namin i-run yung program within LGU with the help of the DepEd also. So may collaboration kami from LGU and then from the SDO. So ito yung nagiging format namin, paano namin ginagawa yung program ng street soccer, which is we started from yung target namin this year is age 7 to 11. Okay? Next, please. Okay, next. Yeah. Next, please. Next po. Last na. Then, why yung age na target namin is 7 to 11? When we propose a project, ito yung pinaka-main ano namin kasi nag-i-start siya sa I think grade 2 po ba? Yung 7 saka grade 2 to grade 5. Tama po ba ako yung 11? Yung pinaka-reason namin why nag-start kami dun sa age na yon, kasi at the end of the day, yung maikinabang dun sa kailangan po talaga namin ng collaboration lagi ng DepEd. Kasi andun yung mga bata, and then also with the help of the LGU po. So, ganun po yung parang magiging setup ng gagawin namin ngayong buong taon. By January, we will going to start Valenzuela again, Malabon, Cavite City, Pasig, San Pedro, and then Santa Rosa, Laguna. Yan po yung mga nakaano namin. And then one from Eastern Visayas, the Samar Province. Yan po yung mga ano namin ngayon project na with, parang sila na yung sabi na sige po mag-football program tayo sa lugar namin. So that's it for our share. Maraming salamat po ulit sa pakikinig.
Thank you, Mr. Judal. Our next speaker is an advocate of peace and literacy, a reality that bespeaks the global need and the priority for a lasting legacy. He is a staunch supporter, active partner with the executive and legislative in framing peace and development initiatives. He is an active organizer for almost 70 years. Or to 70 society, to 70 society organizations in Causwagan, Lanao del Norte, under the leadership of Mayor Romel Amado in providing livelihood program for the marginalized sector. A writer of several national and international award entries of Causwagan, foremost of which is From Arms to Farms program, which was sustained for its practice from 2014 to the present. Our speaker, let us welcome Mr. Dionisio Ayuna Fuentes.
Distinguished officials of the Department of Education and the Local Literacy Coordinating Council of the Philippines, my colleagues in the government service, pleasant afternoon sa ating lahat. So, I will be presenting to you a jest. No? When I say jest as only a part of the long program of the local government units' efforts in bringing, in using literacy program for sustainable peace and development. Supposedly, our municipal mayor is coming today, but he has co-important activity to do. No? And I think this evening, he will be with the M4GG, or the Mayors for Good Governance in Manila. So, but he will be here tomorrow. Okay. The Arms to Farms program, which is the mother of the Battleground to School Ground, won recently last November 27 as the Future Policy Award champion in Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland. And that's November 27 awarding. Mayor in November 29 was the keynote speaker in the gathering of 200 international baccalaureate program students from 90 countries in the United World College program at the UWC Robert Bosch College in Pressburg, Germany. So, marami pong mga ginagawa sa mayor. Kaya sabi niya, ikaw MPDC man ka, no? Ikaw ang mag substitute. Okay. from battleground to school ground. This is a program, a literacy program from the grassroots. Meaning to say, galing talaga sa local government unit sa mga tao. Sabi po na Mayor, don't be boastful. Hindi po tayo maging boastful na tayo ay educated kasi maraming edukado na hindi literate. Totoo ba? There are several educated persons who are not literate. Because education is separate entirely in terms of the advocacy in the literacy program. Because literacy program cross all sectors. Even in the local government unit, sa lahat ng local government unit, lahat ng mga serbisyo publiko, all our services rendered to our people are gauged in the literacy program. It is rooted in literacy. Nagsimula talaga sa literacy, whether it is basic or whether it is functional literacy program. I will be sharing to you the painful past and the joy of the municipality of Kauswagan, Lanao del Norte. Here is the painful past. In the lens of the past of the municipality of Kauswagan, it's a war-torn area. No? So this is the painful past. Next slides, please. And this is the faces of the painful past. May patayan po doon, no? Because Kauswagan is gauged as the barometer of war in the year 2000, even in the year 1990s when the Ilagas and the Barracudas are fighting with each other. So, kami po ang barometro ng war, no? So, ito ang mga talagang nangyayari. These are our people. So, nag-i-evacuate yung mga tao. Saan sila nag-evacuate? Doon sa pantalan, doon sa pier, doon sa dagat. Kasi hindi po kayo makakakyat sa taas kasi may mga iba-ilep doon sa taas. So, saan po nag-exit ang mga tao? Doon sa dagat. So, that's the painful past. Even me and my family, my siblings, naging hostage po. 300 po kami na hostage. No? No? We were hostage at 3 o'clock at kami po ay nakalabas sa loob ng munisipyo at 6 o'clock in the evening. No? Imagining the bombs, the cannons, no? The fires between the MILF, the Philippine Marines. So it's a painful past not only in our people, but most of all, sa among pamilya, sa aming pamilya. Next slides, please. So, we thought that there is no ending with these sufferings and fears. Sometimes we lost hopes and look at heaven and said, God, why? Nawawalan kami ng pag-asa. Bakit sa lahat ng lugar ng Mindanao? Bakit ang Kauswagan ang ina-attack? No? Even in the poblacion area, it was attacked by the MILF noon. Next slide. So, after that attack, after that the ashes of war, these are the phases of poverty in the municipality. There are displacements due to war, food insufficiency, lack of education, increase in illiteracy rate, unemployment is evident, no livelihood opportunities, presence of internally displaced persons, inequality in the distribution of opportunities to development, biases and prejudices exist, vengeance and hatred, leadership problem. No? Naging hindi nagkasundo ang Muslim and Christian sa aming lugar. So that's the phases after the war. That's the ashes of war. Next. Still, the effects. Poverty incidence rose almost 80% in the year 1999. Displacements of families, 90% of the year, almost naging ghost town ang munisipyo. Increased unemployment rate at 86.91%. Walang trabaho. Kasi hindi makapasok at hindi makapunta sa bundok because we are an agriculture and fishing ground area. Then there is a decrease in enrollment, both elementary and secondary, and etc. Next slide, please. So, sabi ni Mayor, the development efforts and the peace initiative will not happen without a program. So, without an initiative that we are going to do. So, ginawa po niya itong tinatawag na from battleground to school ground, from the program from arms to farms. Battleground to school ground. Why battleground to school ground? Because, next slide, there are, after the war, naging hindi po mapayapa, it's parang plaster lang, no? Hindi sustainable na mapayapa ang lugar. So, mayroon pang mga battleground after that mother battle. The first battleground that Mayor wants to transform into a school ground is the achievement of a quality and effective basic and formal literacy program. Kasi sabi ni Mayor, mayroong mga trauma ang mga bata. No? Kailangan ang mga kabataan ay mayroong quality of education at malalaman talaga kung ano ang pangangailangan nila. What are the needs of the school children? Kaya yan ang first priority. This is first battleground. Mahirap ito because some of our children, school children hindi na nag-aaral. They are living outside the municipality of Kauswagan. This is a battleground. We want to convert this one as a school ground. Second battleground, the school ground is the alternative learning system program, which is giving skills to the unskilled, job to the jobless, and out-of-school youth outreach program. Kasi maraming out-of-school youth. Walang mga skills, walang mga trabaho. That's the battleground. Mayor wants that to have a school ground. Kailangan po mabigyan ng mga trabaho. Kailangan matagaan og skills, sabi niya, mabigyan ng mga skills ang mga kabataan. Third battleground is healthy food in the table through sustainable agriculture program and educating the young farmers to become skilled farmers with NC2 and NC3 competency certificates and other sustainable agriculture and fisheries program. Food in the table. Kasi wala nang nag-farm. No? Wala nang capacity. Kasi takot. So yan ang battleground po natin, how to have food in the table. Kasi sabi ni Mayor, what is the bottom line of this conflict? The bottom of this conflict is only gutom lang. Kung gutom ang tao, anong mangyari? They will do some, no good things. Sasama sa insurrections, sasama sa imailip uli. No? Kaya, we have to pipeline the economy and also sustain the agriculture system through the organic agriculture, which is basic. Next slide, please. The fourth battleground is educating the poor and the powerless by establishing a scholarship program in the senior high in the local government unit on Doña Laureana School for practical organic agriculture. Nag-establish po si Mayor ng Organic Agriculture School, Doña Laureana School for Practical Agriculture, in partnership with the non-government organization, the Assisi Development Foundation. So sila ang nag-finance. So sila ang tumulong sa amin. So eventually, the Assisi Development Foundation sowed the first seed of organic agriculture. Sila ang unang nagtanim ng organic agriculture ng munisipyo ng Kauswagan. Another battleground, job for the jobless, a peso job matching, job counseling, skills training through ALS, and the KIMNISI. Meron kaming na-establish, Kauswagan Manpower Development Center, financed by the local government unit ng Kauswagan, Lanao del Norte. Nasa international convention. Parang school managed by the local government unit of Kauswagan together with the alternative learning system and TESDA. and other academic schools in the locality. Next. Seventh battleground, the sixth battleground, this is where the Arms to Farms program. Sustainability of peace and order, and bringing the rebel returnees from battleground to school ground together with their non-literate siblings to become literate and a model of peace and prosperity. The Arms to Farms program using food as a tool for peace. Kailangan, yung ating mga rebel returnees, makonvince po natin upang sumali doon sa programa ng government. Yung tinatawag nating sustainability ng peace and order. Yung mga anak po nila, ng mga rebel returnees, kasi sumama na sila sa Arms to Farms program, we are not inviting them. Kusa silang lumapit kay Mayor together with the military. Kasi noon, pag during the surrenderies, di ba yung mga armas nila, bibilihin ng government, surrender your firearms, we'll give you 50,000 pesos. After giving money, no more assistance. So ang ginawa ni Mayor, ginagather niya at ini-invite yung sa military to talk with the rebel returnees, the rebel commanders. At sila naman kusang pumunta kay Mayor. Sabi ng Mayor, do not surrender your arms. Surrender your hearts. Kasi sa Maranao kasi meron silang tinatawag na yung Julius, yung rido, no? No, kailangan nila ng mga armas, di ba? In the culture of the Maranao. Pero after the program of the Arms to Farms program, kusa nilang binibinta yung mga armas nila upang binibili ng mga farm implements at farm inputs. And then, what is best here is hindi na kami gumamit ng mga kalabaw. Because ang ating mga kabataan ay ayaw ng mga kalabaw in terms of agriculture. Kaya bumili kami ng worth 60 million na farm machineries. So, farm machineries, pagtanim hanggang sa pag-harvest. Pinahiram namin sa mga rebel returnees. On the first cropping. On the second cropping, sila na ang magbayad sa krudo at saka yung magbayad doon sa mag-operate. So, that's how we do it. And then, the seventh one is empowering women and other civil society organization, including senior citizens. Ito'y programa ng DSWD. Ito'y social services that is common in the local government unit. You have to empower the PWDs, you have to empower the senior citizens, you have to empower the women through livelihood assistance and other empowerment program through literacy. Marami po tayong magagawang literacy program sa ating mga kababaihan. We have to do something for them. Next slide, please. The ninth battleground, literacy towards climate change adaptation and environmental management and the disaster management to create a resilient community. So to create a resilient community, kailangan po natin na yung disaster management po natin, i-fast track po natin, gagawin po natin ng mga capacity building. Ninth battleground, alleviating rural poverty through financial literacy program. And the 10th battleground, sustaining tourism potential yan, preservation of heritage and culture. Next, please. This is our sustainability mechanism. We are aligning our program through the Sustainable Development Goals. Kailangan po ito ng local government. This is our Bible. This is our guide. Next. How we do it? Strategy. Kami po noon ay hindi pumunta doon sa mga liblib na area o barangay. But when Mayor sat down as a mayor, sabi niya, you go to the different areas, especially in the conflict-affected barangays. and look into the people and then talk to them kung ano ang problema, kung ano ang mga kangailangan nila. Ito nangyari. We have the literacy challenges, and then we have that literacy vision out of the Peace Patch workshop that we have done in the different barangays. And how are we going to connect this one? The bridge is from battleground to school ground program on literacy. Next slide, please. This is the community-based literacy planning and implementation on a cycle. Next. Institutionalization of the battleground. Kasi hindi pa sustain ang programa pag hindi ito na-institutionalize. Pag iba ng mayor, iba ng advocacy, iba ng program. But here, in the municipality, we institutionalize the program. How? Next. We have an ordinance institutionalizing the battleground to school ground, appropriating funds thereof, and also integrating, next slide, into the different plans, whether it is 10 years comprehensive land use plan, 6 years development comprehensive development plan, or any program of the local government unit, kasama na noon ang literacy program. Next. Next. Okay. Information dissemination is very important. Lahat ng opisina, maliban na meron kaming FM station, na doon po kami may school on the air program. Sa sariling FM station po namin doon, bawat opisina ay mayroong Facebook page. Oh, next. Next slide, please. Strong partnership. Meron kaming strong partnership. Hindi po local government unit lang, but all the non-government organizations, the PPP program, the public-private partnership program are here. Next. Next. Budget appropriation. Next. Next. So, you see, a small community, a fifth-class municipality, ito ang aming funding appropriation from all programs of the government, including the SEF from the school board. Ang SEF po namin annually is 90 million pesos. Then, together with the other programs of the government. Next slide. Outcome and facts. Here. Literacy rate from the CBMS 2023 PSA survey, 97.58% from 90% of the previous years. Next, CBMS data from the PSA employment rate, 92.45%. Next slide. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na Kasuagan Manpower Development Center. Mayroong MOA signing with another school and the TESDA. Next. Ito yung mga courses ng Manpower Development Center. Next. Ito. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So these are the summary. Next slide. Ito yung mga volunteers. Next. So, yung KMDC at saka ALF program ay tumulong doon sa Balay Silangan. We have a drug rehabilitation center. Yung mga alas po natin ay nag-train doon sa mga drug addicts. After 6 months ng rehabilitation, pag lumabas na yung mga drug users po natin, no, ay meron na silang mga skills, ay makapagtrabaho na sila. And this is indeed a noble project that nagmi-mainstream po sila sa society. Binigyan sila ng trabaho, no? Next one. Next slide. Okay, this again, Balay Silangan. Next. Balay Silangan rin. Next. So this is what Mayor said. Okay, you may read. Next slide. Sustainability of peace and order. Okay, next slide. Ito, ang mga nangyayari. Ito yung mga MILF noon, ito yung mga military, tulong-tulong para sa kaunlaran. Okay, next slide. Yung mga rebel returnees namin, ginagawa pa naming organization. Hindi lang organization, ginawa naming cooperative. Okay, next one. We capacitate our rebel returnees. Maski grade 1 lang siya, capacitate namin on organic agriculture. Kaya alam na nila ang organic agriculture and they also capacitated yung mga tao nila. Kaya alam nila, merong malaki silang farming in terms of organic agriculture. Microfinancing, pinahiram ng local government unit, pero hindi bigay. Ito yung may cost recovery. Ibabalik nila para yung iba makatulong. Next, product marketing. Munisipyo ang nagbenta ng mga produkto nila. Hindi yung mga rebel returnees. Next, Commander Bravo, famous in Mindanao, is part of the Arms to Farms program. Okay, next. This is the focus crime statistics, almost zero crime. Next. Balik-bayad campaign, this is very important in our financial literacy. Bakit tumaas yung ating income ng munisipyo? From 5 million in the year 1999 or 1998, naging 300 million ang collection. It's because of the Balik-bayad program, because we advocate and we capacitated our community. Even the Muslims. Anong ginagawa po namin? Lahat ng mga departamento, once in every week, pupunta doon sa barangay, ikakapacitate yung mga tao, bringing the government to the people, yung health services, yung peso services, lahat ng serbisyo ng government, dinadala po namin doon. At nag-campaign po kami yung tinatawag na balik-bayad program ng real property. Kasi yung mga Maranao, totoo yan, hindi isa sinasabi na hindi sila magbayad. Hindi lang siguro nila nakita ang impact of what this money paid to the government. Kailang makita ng ating mga Muslim community na itong binabayad nila ay nagagawa ng proyekto. May impact in terms of the community relationship. Okay? Next. Next slide, please. Okay, the Supreme Ulama Council, sila ang tumulong on the Balik-bayad campaign. Next. From battleground to school ground, significant result and outcome. Next. Look at the poverty incidence of the municipality. From 2000 NSO census to 2019, which is 9.10. Next slide, please. Economic boom as gains an increase in LGU income collection. Next slide. Look at the NTA. 132 million, which is 41.36%. Local collection in the year 2022 is 187 million, which is 58.64, more than the NTA. On the year 2023, NTA is 35%, our local collection is 64.74%. Next, this is financial literacy program. Next, peaceful coexistence. The most important is not money. The most important is there is an existence of peace and order in the locality. Next. Next, expanded in the different areas. No? Ito si Commander Topsider sa ibang munisipyo. Kasi nag-cascade yung battleground or arms to farms program po natin sa ibang munisipyo, even in Marawi City. Next. Next. Here is the awards of the Arms to Farms program. The last is the 2024 World Future Policy Award in Geneva, Switzerland. This is a literacy on peace and order. Next, This is our literacy award. From 2014 up to 2024 as national finalists for 2024 National Literacy Award. Next. Next. These are our awards. Next. Next slide. 2024, we are number 1 whole Philippines from 5th to 6th class municipality in economic dynamism. Number 1 whole Philippines in the 5th class to 6th class municipality in government efficiency. And we are overall number 1 in the Philippines in terms of the ranking of the DTI-CMCI Competitive Municipalities Index, Competitive Index, Cities and Municipalities Competitive Index. Meron po ditong award, itong, basta lahat, no? We are top 2 highest in all municipalities in the Philippines and year-on-year local revenue growth by the BLGF. From 1st class to 6th class, kami po ay number 2, whole Philippines. Next. Next. Ito, next. Next slide. Okay, paki-play. Parang kunti lang, 2 minutes lang yan. This is the latest award. Paki-play po. Sounds.
And the award goes to Kauswagens from Arms to Farms program.
We use food as a tool for peace. It became the Arms to Farms program.
Kauswagen, Philippines, once scarred by violence, insecurity and distrust, caught in the crossfire of long-standing conflict between the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and local government forces. By 2010, poverty and hunger gripped 80% of the population. A bold new approach was needed. In response, Mayor Rommel Anado launched From Arms to Farms, a program rooted in peace-building and sustainable development. It gave over 5,000 former combatants a fresh start, turning fighters into farmers.
Along the way, we figure out that addressing poverty and hunger will lead to sustainable peace and order. Or the real peace is when people is working from the heart.
Training in organic farming, financial literacy and conflict resolution tackled the root causes of poverty and division. Community dialogues brought together Christian and Muslim residents, fostering collaboration and trust. The results are remarkable. Since 2012, Kauswagen has reported no armed conflict-related crimes. Over 6,000 hectares of land now provide food security and economic stability. All 13 of Kauswagen's villages have become 100% organic. Under Mayor Anado's leadership, Kauswagen's poverty rate has dropped from 80% to just over 9%, earning recognition as the most innovative, efficient and sustainable city in the Philippines. From Arms to Farms is now inspiring similar initiatives across the Philippines and beyond. Kauswagen proves that integrated solutions can bring lasting peace and prosperity to conflict-affected regions, benefiting current and future generations.
Next slide, please. Next slide, last slide. Kauswagan now is a first-class municipality from fifth-class municipality. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Daghan kayong salamat.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fuentes, for that very informative speech. Meanwhile, we would like to inform everybody to have a little or a quick break. Let's do some recharge. But please, please be mindful of the time. Let's be back 15 minutes after, because we still have one last speaker. Then we have to proceed to the next or the last plenary session. Ladies and gentlemen, it's more than 20 minutes already. So we will now proceed to the continuation of our next speaker. This is our last speaker for this plenary session. Then we also have one last plenary session this afternoon after the open forum. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's now proceed to our last speaker. And we would like to call on once again Ms. Maria Cristina Gonzalez, our facilitator.
Good afternoon once again. Reading literacy initiatives pose a much-needed boost, continuity and strength in action implementations. These provide a capital investment with the expected results in producing a more literate and empowered Philippines. Our next speaker is a reading specialist, trainer, and lecturer on early childhood education with more than 30 years of experience in both the local and international educational field. Vice President for Teaching and Research Association of Philam Teachers of America Incorporated, let us welcome Ms. Rizalina C. Labanda.
Good afternoon, everyone. And first of all, I would like to thank the organizers, the Literacy Council, Coordinating Council. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to be with you and to share something on literacy. Right? May we have what I'm going to share with you today is not actually an emerging trend. It has been with us for the past 50 years, 5 decades. But maybe in the Philippines, it's just going to emerge. But actually, in reality, that is 50 years happening, but never given an attention. All right. Emerging trends in reading instruction, the science of reading. I think this year, some of you have heard about the science of reading. And most often, when I give seminars on this and training for teachers, Mom, are you a science teacher? I said, no. What I'm going to share with you is not about teaching science, but it's about how to teach reading. All right. Now, just to give you a little background about what I'm going to share, I may not be able to give you a comprehensive science of reading seminar today because I'm given only 30 minutes. But I'll try my best to give you more or less what it is all about. Okay, next slide, please. The objective of this presentation is to provide you an overview of the current and emerging trends in reading instruction, to give a comprehensive understanding of the landscape, highlight the key challenges faced by educators, by parents, and even, should I say, stakeholders, explore various strategies and methods for addressing these challenges, including the integration of technology. I may not be able to deal with that, but I just want you to understand that the science of reading has something to do with that. Encourage audience participation and discussion on the importance of collaboration and innovation in reading instruction and how different stakeholders can contribute to the effort. And motivate educators, parents, stakeholders, policymakers to take actionable steps towards enhancing reading instruction and promoting literacy in their own communities. All right, so the first question would be, what is the science of reading? Next slide, please. The science of reading is not a philosophy. It's not even a political agenda. It's not a curriculum. Neither is it a program or a part of a program. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. So what is it? It's a conglomeration of a lot of researchers all over the world, not only in English, but in different languages. And it is a consensus that they were able to come up with on what reading is all about. How the brain function in reading. Gone were the days when we, reading specialists, believe that reading is natural. It's not. It's not like language, speaking. Speaking is natural. Something is built in the brain that will make us automatically speak. Even without a teacher teaching a child to talk, that child will automatically talk at a particular age. Okay? Reading is not natural. It got to be taught, but a significant adult like you and myself. There's nothing in our brain that will make us automatically read. But there is part in our brain that can make us automatically talk. So this is now a mindset that teachers should make. They should not just give students a lot of books. They thought, or we thought before, that just giving them a lot of printed materials, reading to them, telling them stories, will automatically make them readers. No. We've got to systematically teach them, strategically teach them, okay? Orderly teach them, and explicitly teach them. So there are so many teachers out there who don't believe that yet. And I need you to spread the good news. The science of reading is a research-based approach to reading instruction grounded in cognitive science. It emphasizes the critical role of phonological awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, comprehension in learning to read. Next, please. So, what are the related disciplines? We have cognitive science. Reading is a complex process, and it involves a lot of cognitive skills. Secondly, in linguistics, reading needs that. We need the structure of the language, okay? Semantics, we need that, the syntax. That's why we have to teach them grammar. We need to teach them what are the parts of the speech, how a sentence is being constructed in order to be able to read. Next, please. The neuroscience, it investigates the brain's role in reading, including how to build up the neural pathways so that everything that the child is heard can be orthographically mapped. And once it is mapped, that's the only time the child can read. And in education, all the researches made in the science of reading should be put into practice or should develop an effective reading instruction and assessment practices. The first plenary session talked about a lot of assessment. That's true. We need data. Instruction always emanates from assessment. We can never give a good instruction if we don't base it on data or assessment. Next, please. So what are the key components? I would like to zero in from K to 3 because everybody is mouthing about the foundational skills. All right? I want you to remember that the science of reading is not just about phonics. It encompasses the 5 pillars given by the National Reading Panel. But for emphasis, for the K to 3, we need to emphasize phonics, phonemic awareness, systematic explicit instruction, language comprehension, evidence-based practices. All right. You might say, is that a fad? No, science of reading is not a fad. Actually, this is my experience about this. I am a whole language advocate. I'm a balanced literacy advocate. From the time I graduated and finished my masteral in reading, I'm already a whole language advocate. When I went back to the States in 2013, the science of reading is the byword among teachers and educators. But it took me almost 7 years to embrace the science of reading. Why? Because the person who was trying to make the ripple in the US was a journalist. She was not even an English major or a reading major, whatever. But she writes a lot about education. And the reason why, Emily Hanford, made that ripple because one of her friends, a mother who has a 6-year-old studying, she happened to visit the school to observe how the child is being taught in reading. And to her surprise, she was taught by the same method that made her a struggling reader. So she was disturbed and she consulted Emily Hanford. Please help me. Let's do some research. Because the teacher of my child is teaching using the same strategy that made me a struggling reader. So they unearthed the science of reading. And to their surprise, it has been in the US all over the world 5 decades ago. Yes, teachers would say, we are teaching phonics. But how? We don't know. Yes, we have the balanced literacy, and phonics is there. But how was it taught? Not explicitly. When the National Reading Panel gave the 5 pillars of literacy instruction way back in 2000, they emphasized explicit teaching, that all those components should be explicitly taught, meaning I model, we do it, I do it, we do it, you do it. That is the principle behind structured literacy and explicit teaching. Everything that should be done in the classroom should be first modeled by the teacher. Then, make the children join her, practice, And once they are attuned to what they are learning, the teacher, can release them. Because each child has his own ZPD, the zone of proximal development. But along the way, that child needs scaffolding. And that is through the effective teaching of teachers. Next, please. These are the 5 pillars of the National Reading Panel that was released in 2000 when President Bush was so disturbed by the performance of American children in reading. So he tried to form a panel that would make the research, find out the best practices, the best things that should be included in reading instruction. And these are the 5 pillars. We have phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and text comprehension. And how should the teachers teach it? It should all be given in an integrated way, in a literacy or reading instruction. I know DepEd has been mouthing integration long time ago, but I don't know why it is not practiced. Maybe because our teachers also did not receive that much training on how to integrate. So it happened long time ago. We have wasted so many years. What happened to the result of the PISA? The teams. I couldn't accept that the Philippines is lagging behind. Well, we have to face the reality because we are not the ones tested. The children are the ones. So there must be something that we have to reinvent maybe or to change in the way we teach. Next, please. All right. The science of reading, because of the findings of neuroscientists, let's thank them and let's thank MRI, the mental imaging. It's because of the MRI that the neuroscientists found out how the brain works when it comes to reading. Nothing in the brain can make us automatically read. Collaboration is not only among us. Even inside the brain, there should be parts there that should collaborate in order for a child to be able to read. Let me just give you a picture of our brain. It's actually the left brain. At the front is the phonological processor. That's the part of the brain that accepts all the sounds of the letter, any sound heard by a child. That's why an infant can easily produce the sound and the mama word. Not that they don't love the fathers, don't envy the mothers, but it's because the M sound, the is still easy. It can be prolonged and it's easy to produce. And when she hears other sounds, she can join it. That's why the first word that the child utters, mama, mama, mama. And mama, mom, mom would mean mama, mother, or it could be I need something to eat. Okay? So, for teachers, that is the first sound that maybe we have to teach. Gone were the days that we have to teach children A, E, I, O, U. 1 month ng A, E, I, O, U, wala pang nababasa ang bata. Because there is no word that doesn't have a consonant. Dapat may consonant and vowel combination. So when I can reach you to give seminars, I'll go into the details. Okay, so why is science of reading matters for K-3? The impact on early literacy, it improves decoding skills, and it is needed for early intervention and, of course, comprehension. Very important that the science of reading be emphasized in the early grade. But it does not mean that you are only going to end it in grade 3. It has to follow through up to elementary, high school, because there are still children in the high school who are not readers. So you've got to go back to the foundational skill. Next, please. Why science of reading matters for K-3 and what are the long-term benefits? Academic success. Early literacy mastery fosters better performance in all subjects. Lifelong learning. We are advocating lifelong learning. Therefore, we need strong reading skills that would empower students to access, analyze, and apply information throughout their lives, enhancing critical thinking, adaptability in a rapidly evolving world. There are actually 2 basic models of reading taken from the science of reading. You have the simple view, which means that there are 2 factors that can make children comprehend or understand: decoding skill and language comprehension. It's not additive, it is multiplicative, meaning the knowledge of all the components in the decoding skill, from phonemic awareness to phonics, and then multiply it with their knowledge of language comprehension. That includes syntax, everything. Okay? Then that would result to comprehension. Lacking in one will be lacking in comprehension. 0 times 1, 0. 1 times 0, 0. 0 times 0, 0. 25 times 25% is still lacking in comprehension. 75% times 75 still lacking. So what should it be? 1 times 1 equals 1. Meaning there is comprehension. All the subcomponents in the decoding skill multiplied by language comprehension skill will give you comprehension. So teachers they should be able to master, to offer everything in all the components in order to create children who can comprehend. I keep on telling teachers, it's easy for us to say, Mommy, ang anak po ninyo mahina mag-comprehend. Kung ako ang nanay, dapat tatanungin ko uli ang teacher, Bakit po mahina ang anak ko mag-comprehend? Ano ang kulang? Ano ang hindi pa niya alam? Ano ang hindi mo pa naituro? So, my dear parents, stakeholders, and district leaders, instructional leaders, when the teacher complains that their students cannot comprehend, it's not just comprehension skills that might be lacking. They have to go back to the very basic. Learning the sound. A child cannot read if the teacher teaches just the letter name. Example, cat. Sabi ng teacher, C-A-T. Ano ang narinig ng bata? Narinig ba niya ang cat? Hindi po. Ano ang narinig? Safe. Right? Dapat, ano ang sabi ng teacher? At. Yan, narinig ninyo ang cat. Mad. Sabi ng teacher, M-A-D. Narinig ba natin ang mad? No. Ang narinig natin, made. Kasi sinabi ng teacher, M-A-D. The maid. May confusion na kaagad. Dapat tama ang tunog. I'll give 100 to someone who can give me the number of sounds in the English language. Ilan po ang sounds? Alam niyo ang letters, right? Ilan ang letters? 26. How many sounds are there? Alam, narinig mo na yon. Okay. Most of the time, it's really so sad. They start guessing. May 30, may 36, may 28. The sounds, there are 44. So nagtatawanan lang ang mga teachers. So anong ibig sabihin nun? Ma'am, hindi namin na ituturo lahat. So if they are unable to teach the 44 sound, how can a grade 4 child decode multisyllabic words? So I think sometimes I would even ask them to sing the alphabet song. At the end, they realize may mali ang sa kanta nila. Why? Kantahin nga natin. Sige po. A, B, C, go! Sorry, guys, still you don't know how to sing your ABC. I can still hear element no. Right? I can still hear Y and Z. Children at an early age will be surprised. Andyan yung alphabet, hahanap sila. Nasaan kaya yung element no? Please pause. L, M, N, O, P. Pagdating sa X, Y, and Z, alisin na muna ninyo ang N. Y, Z. Later on, explain to them that in a series, you always connect the last word with an N. Pero while they are very young, learning the alphabet, please don't confuse them. Next, please. All right. What are the challenges? in teacher training. One challenge, time constraint. We are always in a hurry. And most of the time, teachers are there only to receive the certificate. Sometimes we really don't have that much time to go deeper. Inconsistency, lack of standardized, comprehensive training program across different schools and districts, and resource gap, insufficient access to high-quality materials. Okay, so these are some of the challenges. Next, please. Opportunities for collaborative partnership. That was mentioned, all of this were mentioned in the first plenary. We need parent engagement, community support, expert collaboration. And one thing that I would like to share with you, please access AFTA's website. Not only that, for stakeholders and district supervisors, regional supervisors, principal, you can write AFTA for a free training during summer. When it's summer in the States, we come home, we set aside a week for Balik Turo, and that is free. All you have to do is provide us a place to sleep and maybe transport us from the airport to the destination. Okay? Nothing, it's free. Okay, you can be, experts in math, science, SPED, reading, can go to your place. So AFTA is Association of Film Teachers in America. And I'm happy to tell you that we already have a chapter. You can get my email. If your district is interested, email me right away. But soon we are going to have the summer training for AFTA. Okay, that's free. All right, so that is collaborative partnership. You can also have literacy programs that are being offered by International Literacy Association. Locally, you have Reading Association of the Philippines. Please contact your Rotary clubs in your locality. They can help you with books. They can help also with teacher training. They will be the one to provide, to source out or pay for the training. Okay, next please. Global Literacy Initiative. You are very familiar with UNESCO. Every year, they always give an award, like LCC. They give an award during International Literacy Day, September 8th. Ryan, I would encourage you to submit that. Yes, I'm very confident it will be accepted. The World Literacy Foundation works to ensure that all children have access to quality literacy education and try to develop international partnership. AFTA is an international partner and local. Collaborative efforts between countries and organizations help share best practices, resources, and support for literacy development. Next, please. This is a call to action for all stakeholders. For DepEd officials, please invest in the training of teachers. Implement SOR curricula. I read in the National Reading Program that it should be grounded on the science of reading. How true it is, I don't know. Foster community partnership. advocate for policy change. I'm just saddened that the MTLB was already, actually it was not totally scrapped, okay? But I would like to emphasize that children learn more. Children learn a second language when they are grounded on their first language, the mother tongue. So keep up, USAID, with the work. Okay, don't give it up. You're on the right track. Next, please. The future of reading. We need engaged learners, personalized learning, collaboration, and innovation. You know very well that it takes a village to raise a child. We are all here on one focus, to collaborate to make every Filipino child a reader. Next, please. By embracing the science of reading, fostering collaboration, and supporting ongoing professional development, we can empower educators and create a brighter future for literacy. An update, parents now in the US are suing schools and districts, writers of programs. Why? They are asking them, why are our children unable to read? I hope it doesn't reach our shore that parents are the ones who are going to knock at our doors and ask us why their children are unable to read. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Labanda, for that very informative, evocative, and of course, an awakening discussion. I hope this reminds us to embrace the science of reading. Meanwhile, we would like to say goodbye to our live, of course, our live...